What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have a band here called, I hope I pronounced this right, Ayreon. Yes, indeed. How about that? Ayreon making their debut on the channel. Okay, this comes as a request from, there's a lot of people here, so brace yourselves. Jerry NL, Mr. J56, Tom Bagwell, Sean Bowen, Linda N, Chris L, Martin, Art Urama, Ferdinand Paternoster, hope I pronounced that right, Rash Averak, Danny Cohen, Leah Van Wiesen, Richard Hall, Ronald Melchior, Atri Plexa, Roel Hodzelmans, Nobis the Netherlands, and Insolent Umbrella. And this is actually one of Insolent Umbrella's 3 prioritized requests for the month of September for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, Insolent Umbrella. Hope you enjoy the show, man. And for everybody else that requests a song, make sure you thank Insolent Umbrella, because this song was down towards the bottom of the list. It wasn't at the very bottom, but it was up in the thousands. And it went straight to the top because of his prioritization. So make sure you all thank him for this. Okay, they all wanted to see me react to this song by Ayreon called The Day That the World Breaks Down. Now, have I heard of this song before? No, I haven't heard this song before, and I haven't even heard of it. Never heard of this band. Now, from what I understand, this isn't really a band. This is one of those projects where they all get together to do something for charity of some sort. I don't know what the charity was. Nobody told me in the comments what charity this was for, so I have no idea. But it's for a charity of some kind, from what I understand. Apparently, this features 11 lead singers from 11 different bands. Let's see. Let's go on the list of people here. James Labrie of Dream Theater. I'm very familiar with James Labrie. Floor Jansen from Nightwish. I just kind of got exposed to them through Ghost Love Score, so I know the name. I've seen what she can do. Hansi Kirsch from Blind Guardian. Okay, I did a Blind Guardian reaction. He's got a good set of pipes on him. Tobias Samet from Ed Guy and Avantasia. Never heard of him. Tommy Karavik from Camelot. Okay, I know who he is. Russell Allen from Symphony X. I don't know who that is. As far as I know, I've never heard that name before. And apparently there's some other dudes and ladies that are singing on this as well. So, but they weren't mentioned. I have mixed feelings about these. There's an old saying. There's a very old saying that too many cooks in the kitchen spoil the sauce. And it's true. You know, when you have too many things, too many people involved in doing the same thing, it can get to the point where everybody's kind of overshadowing everybody. Nobody really has a chance to stand out and show off. And I know that a lot of other people will think, well, you're giving 11 different singers a chance to show off. You're right. But if they all come in, they only do like half a verse each. It's like, well, you know, no one's really getting a chance to show off what they could really do with just half a verse. But then there's the flip side of it, which I had to look at with like other charity projects like We Are the World and Hearing Aid and stuff like that, where you have all these different vocalists coming together, literally dozens, you know, tens of dozens of singers coming together. I don't know. I have, like I said, I have mixed feelings. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't know how this is going to work out, to be honest with you. I guess the only way to find out is to watch the video and see how it goes. This was posted by Arjun Anthony Lucasen, And the video has 1.1 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? You ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Ayreon, The Day That the World Breaks Down. The Source, 2017. I don't know what The Source is. Is that the name of the album? Or is that where they recorded it? I don't know. But this was recorded apparently in 2017, so we'll go with that. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Oh, ha! I'm getting in the habit of looking at timestamps now. 13 minutes and 18 seconds. Okay, well, maybe that's how they got 8 singers to be able to be featured. Maybe everybody got a full verse and there's like 8 verses. You guys know how I feel about long videos. I'm always a little tougher on them, and the longer the video is, the tougher I am. So, this better be entertaining. This better be good. I guess we'll find out. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
While you listen, I'm going to try to entertain you. What?
A silence so deafening.
That's James. I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
As the stillness surrounds us, a rush of fear is surging through our veins. A shadow so menacing darkens our horizon. What have we done? Is this the end? When death descends.
Great intro. Good setup. Yeah, James LeBrie's voice, I could pick that voice out in the crowd. I've been a big Dream Theater fan since about 1992, when I first heard Images and Words. I heard that album. I was like, this is awesome. This is good stuff. I love this. It was prog, but it wasn't so prog that it made the music unenjoyable. I mean, I was able to lock into everything. I was able to listen to the song. I was able to recognize exactly where time signatures were. It made it very easy to lock in, very accessible, and the songs were hooky as hell. Awake, they got a little more proggy, but still sounded good. Change of Seasons, I liked. What was the album after that? Falling Into Infinity. Was not a big fan of that album. I feel like they kind of lost their way a little bit, but then they came back with Metropolis Part 2, that entire concept album. That album was phenomenal. And then 6 Degrees after that, I started to kind of lose them after that. Like, when 6 Degrees came out, I was like, okay, this is cool, but they're starting to get a little too proggy for me. And then Train of Thought came out. Yeah, I was okay with it. And then Octavarium came out, and I was not a fan of Octavarium at all. I did not like Octavarium. And that's why I pretty much stopped listening, because they started to kind of get a little too out there for me. Anyway, but I could definitely recognize James LaBrie's voice anywhere. The use of the flute and the cello, really nice. Softer instruments to help with an intro, which is nice. You don't want to come in with an intro when you have a softer intro that's already built up as being soft. You don't want something harsh coming in and taking over the softness, unless you're going to end the intro. You know what I mean? The intro would build into the actual entrance of the song. That's different. I think that's what they did here. But the use of the flute, use of the cello, nice selections, good instrumentation. Let's keep going here. That was nice. The old 70s synthesizers, yep. Have it as San Sam. Yep.
Don't say I didn't warn you. You recall my words the day that the world breaks down. Don't claim you didn't see it. You prepared to die.
Why did they go false over there?
The world breaks down. I can't believe we're in danger. I can't believe that we've let it come this far.
Prepare for the changes. We must prepare for the day that the world breaks down.
Don't expect we will survive this. There'll be no way back. The day that the world breaks down. Don't assume it's all a nightmare. We won't stand a chance. The day that the world breaks down.
I like that clip. I like that clip. The clip I'm talking about. Here, let me back it up a little bit. I'll show you the clip I'm talking about. He comes to the high note, and then right when he hits the high note, he just clips it, just a bow, just that little bow. He just peaks it up a little bit, and that's very effective vocal technique. Let's see if I can hit it.
Nightmare. We won't stand a chance. The day that the world breaks down.
That part. Yeah, that's the part I'm talking about. That part. That's really great. It's a great, effective tool to just add a little more emphasis to the vocal delivery. Really nicely done. Necessary? No. Over the top? Maybe. But effective? Definitely, without question. Very effective. Let's keep going here.
Believe this is happening. I can't believe we are headed for a fall.
Prepare for the blackening. We must prepare for the day that the world breaks down.
It's interesting that she'd be so far back.
Breaks
4 mics on that Leslie. Wow. Okay. Usually only 2.
I always knew this would happen. Not many believed in my cause. I'm sure they will all turn to me now. I'm sure I am the only one who can save us from this fate.
Nice. I like how they transitioned the feel.
I always knew they would need me. Not many showed faith in my plans. I'm sure they will listen to me now. I'm sure that I'm the only one who can save us from this
It's very true. When it comes to mic and drums, it's very true. You want to mic the drums in a big room if possible to get a lot of ambient reverb and context to your sound. It's always a good idea to do that. I see people take drums into a small, like almost a vocal booth. I mean, it's bigger than a vocal booth, but you could barely fit the entire drum kit in there. And I look at them, I go, your sound is going to be so compressed. I mean, it's going to be really like, it's going to sound tight. It's going to sound squished, but you know, maybe that's the sound they're going for. But yeah, recording drums in a big room, like the bigger the better. You know, with proper, insulation and stuff, you want to put the proper muting materials around, but it just sounds better. It sounds fuller. It really does. Mixing the guitar with the Hammond, he's absolutely right. I love the guitar and Hammond combination. It's interesting to see that they were using 4 mics on the Hammond. Usually when you mic a Hammond, you'll only use 2 with the spinning horns. So I don't know why they use 4, but I mean, it sounded fine. It sounded just fine. Interesting, but it sounded really good. Let's keep going here.
Yes, I believe you are the answer. Yes, I agree you are the key. Your future lies in the heavens. Our future lies beyond the stars. We will save them. We will save them. From this
That's true. Oh, stop. I gotta go back and read that again. No, I don't care. That was funny. Wait. I don't care. Play the pig nose all you want. That is so true. It wouldn't be prog if there wasn't at least one reprisal. You're not kidding. Pretty much every prog rock song does that. Reprisal meaning there's a part in the song that's played by one instrument, and then later on, usually guitar will play that exact same part again. I've heard it the other way around too. I've heard it where guitar plays the part first and then keyboard plays it and does the reprisal. I've heard that too. It goes both ways, but typically, like I said, keyboard or strings or something will play a melodic line, and then later on in the song, the guitar will usually be the one to do it. We'll reprise that line. And this statement is so true. It wouldn't be prog if there wasn't at least one reprise. I've heard songs where they do the reprise like 4 times, and it's just like, okay, we get it. Coming back around again, we understand, reaffirming that melodic line. Hammer it into us. Go ahead, hammer it in. So, yeah, I get it. Wow. Good layering. Ooh, he can get down low too. Yeah, go for it, he did. Oh, yes. That's true. Anything, expect the unexpected. God, the drumming is just rock solid.
I must have been blind.
The drumming in this is just rock solid. Every fill is precise. Every hit of every tom and every cymbal is calculated. And here's the thing. He's not trying to be overly fancy. He's not trying to be overly flashy. Everything he's playing with the intent and the direction of, will this fit the context of what's happening in the song right now? And every fill fits. Like everything. There has not been one fill that he has done that has not been tastefully done. It is not fit. Everything he's done has been fantastic. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. Let's keep going here.
I must have been blind. I mean, it should have been obvious. Straight out of my mind to rely on the cold machine.
Ooh, I like his voice.
The sounds are strong. I know I was wrong. I know they will hate me now. Ooh, but I will come clean and destroy this cold machine.
He's kind of got that bluesy quality to his voice. Just a little tiny, tiny bit of gravel to it. But he's still clear as a bell, accurate on pitch, too. I like his voice. Symphony X, huh? I'm going to have to check them out. I think I've heard of Symphony X. I'm not sure. Actually, I think I have heard of Symphony X. But I've never listened to them. And I'm kind of kicking myself now because if he's been the lead singer the whole time, I need to check them out for sure. Anyway, let's keep going here.
Oh, they will hate me now. Ooh, but I will come clean and destroy this cold machine. This is not over, not as long as we're alive. If we join our forces, we will make it. This is not over, as a race we must survive. And in the end, we'll cross this bridge
Thunder Strat, yep. Strats?
we're losing this fight.
When it comes to like bluesy guitar playing, you just cannot beat a Fender Strat. You just can't, man. Strats, they are made for blues. Good Lord, they are. They just sound so good. I know a lot of people will be like, what about Les Pauls? What about Les Pauls? Don't get me wrong, they sound good too, but they don't sound like they don't sound like a Fender. I'm sorry. Fenders hands down, Fender Strats sound amazing for blues. They do.
And yes, we got ourselves to blame. I guess it seems right in the mind of a cold machine. I'll fix every flaw, I'll break every
16th note pattern.
tear up the rule book. If
No,
that's
maybe
what
not.
it takes, you will see. I will crush this cold machine. This is not over. I am sure we'll find a way out of this desperate situation.
If we're in a halftime feel, it would be 60s.
This is not over.
A triplet run there.
All seems hopeless. For in the end, we'll cross this bridge.
Transition to major, okay. It's a shame. Well, we all hate practicing. Wait a minute. That, come on, man. Look. We all hate practicing. Nobody likes to practice.
That's the truth.
But you gotta do it if you want to keep your chops up. Dear Lord. Twiddling knobs on synths. Yep. Back to the main riff. Huh. Okay. Just an ad now. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the advertisement. See, I enjoyed this. This was fun. I could lock in with the tempo. I could lock in with the timing. I could lock in with the time signatures. Even when they changed up the feels, they changed up the timing, whatever. I was able to lock into it. I was able to enjoy it. This was fun. I had a blast with this. Well, there you go, folks. That was, oh boy, Ayreon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Ayreon with The Day That the World Breaks Down. This was a request from Jerry NL, Mr. J56, Tom Bagwell, Sean Bowman, Linda N, Chris L, Martin, Art Urama, I hope I pronounced that right, Art Urama, Ferdinand Paternoster, Rash Averic, Danny Cohen, Leah Van Wiesen, Richard Hall, Ronald Melchior, Atri Plexa, Roel Hodzelmans, Noabis the Netherlands, and Insolent Umbrella. And this was one of Insolent Umbrella's 3 prioritized requests for the month of September for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Insolent Umbrella. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. This was interesting, and I'm kind of torn, if I'm being honest with you. I am a little torn on this, but I am going to give a score here, and I do feel the score is fitting. I'll give my reasons why. I promise you I'll give my reasons why. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that an 8.8. Yep, 8.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first of all, songwriting. Smart songwriting, great use of chordal structure, key changes. Every key change flowed like almost seamlessly. Like there were times where the key would change and I didn't even pick up on it for about 2 or 3 measures. I was like, wait a minute. We changed key. When did we change key? It was that seamless, you know? Transitioning from major to minor, back to major, back to minor, stay in minor for a while, back up to a major key. And I'm just like, wait a minute. How is this happening so smoothly? It's because the transitional notes that they're using and the transitions themselves are done so seamlessly and often disguised with runs, whether it be runs on guitar and keyboard or whether it be runs from strings and bass and, you know, whatever else, or it's a drum fill, whatever, but it's always disguised. It's like, you know, it's putting on that trench coat and hat and, you know, moving to your protective custody witness through the crowd. You know, you just hustle and bustle them through and no one's the wiser. And it's so smart the way that they arranged it. The use of the use of time signature on this, they didn't really change time signature a whole lot. What they did do is they changed feel a lot. They covered everything. Halftime, straight time, double time, lots of subdivided runs, lots of 16th note runs, or depending on how you're interpreting it. Now look, they were in a halftime feel, okay? But it felt like they were still in a straight time 4/4 with a halftime feel. So it could be interpreted as going into a halftime time signature, not time signature, tempo change as well. It depends on how you look at it. I look at it more from a standpoint of it was 4/4 but with a halftime feel. So that would mean a lot of those 16th note runs were actually 16th notes and not 32nd notes from a halftime actual tempo. But again, music is open to interpretation. It depends. The only way I would know for sure would be to look at the actual musical score and see the arrangement itself. To me, it felt like 4/4 going into halftime. And then they didn't stick to 16. They did a lot of 16-note runs, don't get me wrong, but they also did a lot of sextuplet runs, even triplet runs, slowing it down to triplet. You know, the use of subdivisions was fantastic. All the instrumentation was well thought out. Anywhere from the flute and cello at the beginning, all the way through having the guitar, bass, and when they did that Hammond, I loved that Hammond, man. That was great. I'm curious. I would love to ask the guy why they used 4 mics instead of just 2 on left and right, but he used 4 apparently. I wish I knew why. To me personally, that just kind of seems like overkill, but I'm sure he had his reasons. I would love to talk to him and hear what his reasonings were so I could understand, and it might change my mind on how to mic a Hammond. I want to learn. Okay, I want to find out from him why he did it and how he mic'd them, in what positions, so I could maybe experiment with that on my own. The playing was phenomenal from everybody involved. Piano, the keyboards, the synthesizers, strings, the cello, the flute, guitar and bass all being covered by one guy, which is kind of cool. Obviously, he's very talented. Switching guitars around for the purpose of soloing and, you know, using like the Ibanez for the main chunk of the song. Ibanez's are very chunky. I like Ibanez's for that. ESPs are very chunky too, and so are Jacksons. Fenders for that blues part, man. What a great touch. Switching to a Fender guitar to get that bluesy solo. just cannot go wrong with the Fender for Blues, man. You just can't beat it. Let's get to the singing, okay, vocalizations. I'm going to be honest with you. The singing was fantastic from everybody. Okay, don't get me wrong, all right? And I understand that this was the first track. This is like the introduction to what's coming. And they have to introduce all the characters at once. I get it. So that's why they had to have all these different singers come in all on one track. But getting back to my original point that I said at the beginning, sometimes when you have too many people doing the same thing, it has a tendency to overshadow each other, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, we only heard James at the very beginning. James Labrie, we heard him at the very beginning. That's all we heard him. Floor Jansen, we only heard her at the very end. And it's like, well, I mean, I'm glad they made the appearance, but wouldn't it have been more effective if you took, I don't know, 3 or 4 of these guys and have them do more? And then in another track, take another 3 or 4 and have them just do it, you know? Now, I haven't heard the rest of the album, so I'm sure that's probably what happened. Like I said, from what I understand from reading everything and watching the video, this is a concept album. It tells a story. So there's like 11 or 12 tracks, and over the course of those 11 or 12 tracks, they all tell the exact same story. It's chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, which is track 1, track 2, track 3. Kind of like King Diamond does. So I'm sure there's going to be more emphasis put on each individual person within certain chapters of this story. And I understand the purpose of this first track was to introduce everybody. So I get it. I understand the reason for it. And to some extent, I even applaud it because they did an outstanding job of accomplishing the goal they were trying to accomplish. I just would have personally liked to hear more being contributed from each vocalist. You know what I mean? I know that would equal out to a longer song, unfortunately, but I had no problem with this song being long. No, I thoroughly enjoyed this. It got the 8.8. I feel great about that score, and I'm going to keep it there with the 8.8 for sure. So, 8.8, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you'll enjoy the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.